Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Dom, and we're going to talk about unusual options activity. Alright, so I got to bring up the disclaimer. Disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. The statements made in this programming are solely the opinion of the show and are not a specific inducement to make an investment. One must affirm their own due diligence to realize that all investments carry risk. There's no guarantee of profit. Alright, everyone, first one I want to bring up is ServiceNow. Now this is Bill McDermott here. So he's a CEO. Now there was some unusual buying here in these August 20th 350 strike calls. Now I saw a big order in these calls earlier in the day, and it looks like they might have sold out towards the middle or towards the end of the day. I'll show you guys a daily chart here in a little bit. Now, this is pretty unusual volume here. 6,500 contracts traded here. The open interest is not a whole lot here. So this thing does not trade a whole lot of options. Now, this thing traded down almost 10% or $52 on some pretty good earnings, but a little confusing of an outlook. I watched an interview with the CEO. I liked what he had to say. I liked the quarter. This is a really expensive stock. This is a high growth software stock. So, in my opinion, you want to be diversified here. You want to have some reopening stocks, some software, high growth stocks, because, when the economy starts to slow down and, we don't technically know when the Fed is exactly going to start raising rates to combat inflation and to combat the economy overheating. So people are going to be plowing back into these high growth stocks, because when the Fed starts raising rates to cap off the economy from overheating, then growth in all these materials, industrial stocks is going to be very scarce. So people are going to be selling and buying stocks like ServiceNow, high growth software stocks, technology stocks, in my opinion. So now if you look at first we'll check this out. Now, this thing's high growth software, so, as you can probably imagine, this thing has had a huge run here. This thing closed pretty much right on the 200-day moving average here. In my opinion, this is a great spot to get in. I did not buy those options because those are pretty expensive options. I didn't want to put down that much money on an option, so I bought the stock. I'm very comfortable buying the stock here. I like the CEO. I like the company. I like what they do. I like high growth software. Eventually, this is probably going to be a long-term holding for me. So, next one I want to bring up is SunPower. Now, these are some puts. I believe it is these. Which ones was it? Here, we'll just go down to the time of sales. Sorry, everyone. Not as prepared as I should be. So, yeah, it is these May 7th, 27 strike puts. Now, this thing does not trade a whole lot of options here. As you can see, not a whole lot of open interest. It really does not trade a whole lot of puts. And, right away here, we see 5,000, a little over 5,000 of these May 7th, 27 strike puts traded. As you just saw down in the time of sales, there was a huge order. This is definitely an institutional investor coming in here and buying over 3,000 of these puts at $170 each. That's about a $500,000 order, betting that SunPower is going to be below $27 a share by May 7th. Now, they have earnings on May 5th. So this is definitely an earnings play, in my opinion here. I don't know if this is the proper time to be buying puts on this stock. I think the good time to be buying puts on this stock was when it was around 57. Now, we've traded this one on the channel before. We've definitely been long gone in this one. We took some profits. That's why, you got to be diligent with taking your profits in, these stocks that seem to go parabolic, because look what happens. Now, I think this thing does have more room to the downside. I think Enphase Energy, which is another solar stock, reported earnings a couple days ago, and it traded down like 15%. So I didn't really look into the quarter, but obviously it was very disappointing if it's going to trade down. I think it even traded down today, again today. So now I saw these puts after the close. This is definitely one I'm going to be keeping my eye on here. You know, we got the stock in service now. We did not get the options. I saw SunPower after the close, so this is definitely one that I'm going to be keeping my eye on. And, you know, I may do an earnings play and, you know, just buy the puts before earnings, unless there's some really bullish activity that comes out that I see on SunPower before earnings. So, thanks to everyone who's been subscribing. I really appreciate it. Make sure to keep subscribing up. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the content, and leave a comment down below. And we'll see everyone in the next one.